I met Ashok 10 years ago, and I was running a center for transformation, a retreat center in Delhi at that point, and we had masters from everywhere. And I was very lucky that I'd get exposed to all kinds of practices. With Ashok, I didn't know where to place him. He used to come, he always had his own audiences. So he would book the space and do his own thing. So I used to wonder, but he used to come and attend almost every program that was happening, because this, like being a master himself, being there to learn is what made him like really amazing. And he gave me a lot of feedback, which really helped me cope at work. So he made a very profound impact the very first time we met. And then we did like dance therapy workshops together and all. And even during the workshop, my most vivid memories are with him, because he made that kind of an impact on people. So there was a genuine liking. Though it was only a few years later that I did the first practitioner's course. And it was very challenging for me, because I was already going through something traumatic. And then, having to face myself. It was difficult, but yet empowering, because the tools just make you more aware. And I feel NLP that way is a very powerful tool to connect with yourself and connect with others in a meaningful way. Coming here after years now, every time I'm going through a big change, I think of Ashok. So I came here, and he is really walking the talk. How he lives, what food he organized for us, the family, the love with which Priya took care of us, and the way the kids were involved. Now that Vipasha is like 12 now, and she has so much to share. And you see the impact of homeschooling. They're not like regular kids. They're free, wild, exploring so much to give, so much to share, and always open to receiving.
Being with Ashok, he is so unassuming, and you cannot. He will teach you in such subtle ways that you will not even realize when you've learned the concept. I mean, where he started off, where he ended, the way he forms, he weaves in his stories while talking to us. I mean, there is always something that we are getting out of each and every word that he speaks. And that is something really amazing. And the way he does it, nothing formal. We were sitting like so casually. We would sit on the floor, we would sit on the bean bags. I mean, which trading exercises have you gone to which allows all these things? The first thing they require is discipline. You have to be properly dressed. You're not allowed in shorts or pajamas. I mean, where do you get to do this? So that itself was actually taking us out of that comfort zone, because that's how we've been conditioned. Taking you out of that and then teaching you how to, coexist in this with mosquitoes and bees and all sorts of insects. Those I forget the name, that would keep crawling onto our mats all the time. I mean, how do you coexist with all of them and still you achieve what you are here to achieve? So I mean, that itself is a phenomenal experience.
Learning from
I
Ashok.
come back here because I get pushed. I don't think at other spaces, I don't know why, people, maybe I know why, don't push me. don't, very rarely I get constructive feedback that's very meaningful. People may say a lot of things, but they really don't have, neither do they have that empathy with the person on the other side, or the right intent. Yeah. So I get here, I feel the feedback that I get, or the nudges that I get, or the learning that I get is really to help me move forward. So that's why I keep coming back here. Otherwise, for me, coming back second time to somebody's workshop, somebody really has to be phenomenal. So I have come back here like fifth time now. So there has to be something really phenomenal here that I come back. And I love the whole ecosystem, the space, the family. Uh, yeah, that's why I come back here. And if I have to say critical feedback for Ashok, one definitely somewhere with time, that I have told him time and again. Uh, Somewhere look at how time works with the rest of the group as well, and with him. Uh, Another thing, I think I observed it this time. Could there be, when you are informing people about something, could there be a little more softer way, because you don't know how it lands on people? It may uh, burn them for them not to come back. So just to be mindful of it. Otherwise, I don't think I love coming back here.
So, so I actually came to model Ashok. And I came with the thing that I'm going to give him critical feedback this time. And that only told me a lot about me. So, you know, like, yes, time was one thing. And the first day by second day I was thinking that, you know, there's just too much time on yoga. There's lesser time on, you know, workshop, activity. But then I realized that a lot of healing was happening in between. And all in all, I drew out the best from this. And in terms of critical feedback, is someone gave me this feedback, and which is why I'd share it too, is like sharing pictures, you know, posting pictures online. These days, people take consent before even clicking a photograph, right? But it is us and it's family and it's okay. So I actually went online last night to see how was I looking, how was thing. There's that, because recently I'd got off Facebook, and then I told myself, this is taking yourself too seriously. So I feel like it did help me question my inner demons, being here, and meet the inner demons, and also share whatever I've learned from my mistakes. And I don't know how he does the provocative therapy aspect. It's really remarkable. It's really remarkable. And yeah, so we're talking as if he's not here. Yeah. He's right there behind the camera watching.
I think for me to run this program here, it would have not been possible unless you all came for it. And especially when the world is full of COVID restrictions, and you know, very brave of you to, you know, I was expecting that people will cancel, you know, and then till after 3 months, 4 months of wait, that give me my money back, you know. But people were like, when is the date? You know, don't delay it anymore, you know. So then I said, okay, now people are ready, then what is the point, you know, that, you know, we should just go ahead. So thank you for coming. And then obviously I make all these iterations of setting up here with the bees and mosquitoes and, you know, all that. And yeah, I have some crazy design thinking, okay, they have to be outdoor, not the indoor and all of that. But you really take it on, you know, you really, you know, gel with me as much as you could bear. Whether it is yoga or the trek or the, you know, and then see the good side of it. And then I think you were very kind with me all the time. So so thank you for that. Without that, I could not done.
It was also the time that we had 6 months of sitting at home. There was a lot of volcanoes that were building inside. I thought it was ripe time also to come and do it here now.
So it was a very challenging time, many months of lockdown and do's and don'ts, and a new culture was created around how we should function. So when this opportunity came along and Ashok sent a mail saying, you know, there's a master practitioner's course, And so I jumped right into it because I knew it would bring some kind of healing.
This was my third workshop with Ashok, and it's become something that I really look forward to. Unfortunately, we had to, as Monica mentioned, we had to cancel it in March when we were planning it earlier, and we were constantly checking with Ashok, when are you doing it next? When are you doing it? But with the COVID thing going on, it was quite difficult for him to plan it, and it was very difficult for us to, very frustrating for us to keep waiting for it with having no idea when it'll happen eventually.
It was really a great experience being by the farm in nature, the trek that we did, and literally seeing it from a different perspective was great. And really, what worked most for me was spending time with the children and even trying to consciously model them. I think I'm taking back a lot of lessons of a lifetime.
Coming here, I mean, it's a very unique experience. Being in the farm, virtually in the farm. All the each and every Most of the sessions were done right here out in the open. Was that having the family around, you learn how to not only model other people who are not necessarily a part of the workshop, but you also learn to coexist. Right? There are children playing around. You learn how to not get distracted and focus on what you need to do. So it was a major change from what we have been living our lives in, and adapting to a new lifestyle, a new way of learning completely. And of course, the content that Ashok had chosen was really wonderful. I personally am taking home a lot of things.
I think from an NLP perspective, it was as easy as it was difficult, because I think we're all here to learn, but at the same time, you also have to face your devils. And it's. I had a lot of difficulty actually accepting some things about me, but with the tools at hand, it was easier to see it as a pattern that we all kind of, share. So it was easier doing it together. I feel it questions the mind and the framework with which we live and function and work. And which is why, like, it was important to see what is the mindset that is driving this.
I think for me, coming to this house is somewhere connected to the family, with the kids, and with, as Vishal said, coexistence. I'm always amazed how Ashok is able to, in the middle of the classroom, engage his child, engage his daughter, and bring the family around in the whole learning ecosystem here. And I love how that happens, because if I go back home, any distraction is really differently dealt with. You get angry, and then you get distracted, disturbed. But here I see how it kind of flows into each other, the learning, the family, the engagement of children. And that's one more thing I need to learn, that when my daughter walks into a meeting, I'm okay with it, and she kind of becomes a part of that meeting, rather than just me getting angry at her or wild at her. And I've seen that happening with me. Yeah, so it was one of the good takeaways for me. uh, Content wise, I have engaged with most of this content before, but as somebody who is learning on the other side now, this time looking at this content from a master practitioner's perspective, deepening the whole framework, how it all works, I think was a good revelation for me. Then practicing it till you kind of know that you have imbibed it inside you, and you'll not only be able to do it for yourself, but you'll be able to lead it for somebody else or heal somebody else through this, and how powerful these concepts are. It just on the face of it, they just look structures, but when you really move with them, they move you, I felt.
And in terms of what was taught, uh, integrating ideas of living holistically in communion with nature, pushing yourself, building a different perspective on things, was very interesting. Particularly for me, because I'm looking to work with communities and local communities and help them connect to sustainable goals and, to water and sanitation related goals. A big challenge is on how decisions could be made. And there, sociocracy plays a big role. And I feel like the approach to sociocracy is very well aligned to how nature functions, which is circular, which is, if you see in nature, there is no CEO or like a director to the movie. And yet everything is in harmony, right? And that is so well aligned with sociocracy's principles. So it was all in all a great experience. I have a lot of homework to do. And I would say it is a master practitioner's course, but it is also a starting point for a lot of us. Yeah.
I personally felt that anchoring and the logical levels, these two were something that hit very close to my heart. And I've already been thinking of ways how I can use them, not only for myself, but also for people around me, and also as a part of my trainings that I would like to eventually start off. So, that does not take away anything from the other concepts that we've learned. Sociocracy, as she rightly put it, I mean, it's a wonderful concept. I still need to go into details of how best can it be used in our in the corporate side or in our normal life, because uh, people are not really trained to work in that fashion. So it will require some effort first on my part. And the most hilarious concept that we learned was the provocative coaching. I mean, every time I even just think about that session, I can't stop smiling. The amazing portion that we came up with, the amazing ideas that we came up with, it was really something different. It just I, the entire 5 days have been nothing but really eye opening. But that provocative coaching, that one session would have probably taken the cake, because it made the entire mood so light and so, I mean, you can actually be humorous to get your message across as well. I mean, it was probably something really, but yes, that's something that will need a lot of practice, because we don't want to go into the phase of insulting someone and offending someone. But yes, we want to get the message across, so it'll need some practice.
Uh, Two things that I'm carrying back, which made bigger impact for me, would be one was neurological levels and how it ties into the modeling. I think that was very clear, and how it gets utilized in various pieces of NLP work. I think that was something that learning I'm taking back, and it also helps me to explore inside. It also helped me reflect inside to see what in the other person am I ready to model, and how am I going to do that. How we don't have to take in the whole personality, but a bit of it that we really think is useful to us. So yeah, so that. On the other hand, on my work front, I'm moving into a new bigger role, which requires a lot of work. So there are multiple teams I'll be working with. So bringing in some kind of harmony, some kind of setting that will work for everybody, and everybody would like to contribute. I thought sociocracy came to me at a very right time, and understanding how decisions are taken or could be taken with all of your team moving together would only strengthen the team. So I think that was a really right topic for me at the right time.
In terms of concepts, well, there's plenty to learn from, but if I were to summarize it, for me it was literally like, the two sculptures that were watching us and blessing us throughout. One was that of Saraswati, the other of Buddha. So Saraswati brought in knowledge, right? Where we could see it was not so much about looking for answers, but all those activities and the frameworks were about looking at the problem from various perspectives. So there was more knowledge on the same problem, which was very useful. That's something conceptually I feel I would personally take back in a big way. And Buddha, who helps you remove yourself from that situation and drop all the burden. All of us felt that that was a very powerful tool when we were anchoring ourselves with those positive affirmations and those triggers that really grounded us and anchored us to positivity. So I feel like it was really a play of Saraswati and Buddha throughout. And now that we're talking about it, it makes me feel that, more and more you peel off the onion and the many layers. In the end, there's only peels and there is no onion. So I'm feeling like that as we are completing 5 days today. I'm feeling a little like a non-onion. Yeah.
What you said, it's really ironic. I was also thinking on similar lines, but I was looking at it in a different perspective. So I looked at it like, if you calm your mind, as a Buddha would, right, your knowledge can go into a different dimension altogether. The way you see things, the way you approach your problems can be totally different if you can just manage to calm your mind. These last 5 days, we have challenged ourselves on each and every front. On each and every of practically all of our beliefs have been challenged. Our lifestyle has been challenged. Our thoughts, our patterns, everything has been challenged. Some of them have been shattered. Some of them have been evolved. I don't remember when was the last time that I have slept so well. I definitely don't remember when was the last time that I pushed my body to do the yoga, all the various asanas of the yoga. I don't remember when was the last time that I successfully managed to trek up a mountain. So my mind has been transformed, my body has been transformed, my learning abilities have been transformed. So in all aspects, there has been a change that I have felt within me.
I come to these workshops to get nudged subtly and loudly, both ways, yeah. And I'm not disappointed this time also. And I have received inputs on my behavior as a person, my behavior as a family member, my behavior as a mother, my behavior as a manager or a leader at work. So I have received feedback and a way forward idea on all of these fronts. And I was challenged to think differently to my core beliefs about myself. I love the space. I love the energy which helps me to learn and accept my difficult areas. It's not easy to do that, and if somebody does not hold the space, it's very difficult to even look at yourself in the mirror. Absolutely bare naked kind of thing, looking further inside, not only the mirror, it's mirror to the soul or mirror to the person that you are. And it's not easy if the space is not held really well. And thank you, Ashok, for that, holding that space and creating that space that we can look further inside, deeper than the skin. So thank you so much.
There have been many moments. One particularly is while modeling Vipasha. I realized that, as adults and grown ups, we really fix on our ideas and notions and concepts and we cling to it. I mean, end of the day, even these are just concepts. And there will be all kinds of challenges that will come on our way as we practice, right? It was really amazing to see her look for words and not being able to explain it, but very clear on the feeling. And being able to articulate that in metaphors and stories. It reminds me that, maybe we take ourselves too seriously sometimes. So I think that this has been a really profound moment for me.